So what happens when you spank a child? When you hit a child, you make them feel not good enough. You make them feel they do not have anybody who loves them. You make them feel ashamed of their feelings, ashamed of their learning, ashamed of their growth. And so it's important not to use fear to train your children, because fear not only shuts them down and disconnects them from their own intuitive knowledge, but it will also force them to stop thinking for themselves, and it will shut off the ability for a child to feel valid in their own learning process. You will hijack that process, and you're going to end up with a much more controlled and not intelligent child. If you do this repeatedly, you're going to end up with a child who appeals to authority, no matter if that authority is trustworthy or not. Now, there are many people will say, that's great. I don't mind my child appealing to authority. But here's the thing. You're not always going to be around to determine who that authority is. Or maybe you won't even approve of the messaging of that authority. So what you do is you cripple your children. If now all of a sudden they're getting spanked away from feeling at all, they can lock away their connection to their emotions and feelings forever. They can lock that stuff away so far that they can't even reach it if they wanted to later. What happens to a person who doesn't have connection to their emotional intelligence? They become very unhappy, depressed, anxious, and dangerous to others. They tend to have to control everything in their environments. They tend to end up also becoming bullies because they're working through some pain and some rage that's buried inside, but they can't really name it or get in touch with where it came from because they have repressed all of those feelings and emotions, and they've been locked away with the traumas that they incurred. So when daddy spanks his daughter, now guess what that signal is that goes to the daughter? I'm not good enough. My father doesn't even accept me. So now she's being programmed to work for the validation of men. So they'll go into deeper abusive situations because they don't have faith and trust in themselves, because they have been disconnected. This type of critical sensing and feeling and thinking, reasoning and rationalizing, it all kind of gets hijacked because now you're just appealing to whoever likes you and will give you attention, and you'll do whatever it takes to get that attention. Because being valid and accepted for who you are is the most important thing to human being.